see the screen. No, what have I done? There we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to go on with 6B today. Beverly, can I get you awake? Thank you. You guys got sheets? Yep, cool. All right, so we're going to go on with 6B. And so we're continuing with our time series. What did we learn about our time? What is a time series? What's it got to do with? Yep, good. So it's a scatter plot for time. But what's the difference between a scatter plot and a time series plot? Yep, good. Yep, good. So the points are connected with a line. Okay, so it's a scatter plot for time and the points are connected with a line. We will only ever have one data point per x value. So if we're on our time series plot and we've got all our x values down here, which will always be time, we will only ever have one corresponding y value for each of those data points. Whereas when we did a scatter plot, we could have them anywhere and wherever. Whereas time, it will always be a solid value down here and there'll only be one y value for it. Alright, so that's pretty much what we learnt yesterday in a nutshell, with a few other things explaining about patterns and things. But in a nutshell, we learnt what a time series plot was. So when we did our time series plots, we found that we quite often had some really big variations in our data. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to put this data into your calculator. What's going to go on the list 1? Yep, good. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These notes? Oh, are they up there? They're probably not. That's all right, I'll put them up.
Well, not like
Is it are the notes from like 1A, like these things? Oh, sorry, not from 1A. We started 2. They're all are they filled in?
No, not filled in, just the...
On the videos.
Yeah, because I don't always fill them in before I teach them, that's all. Let me see, what have I put up? I don't know. I put the other day's videos up today, but I don't know if I've put today's work up. I haven't put any of them up, okay.
Is the 1 to 7 a list?
Yes, list 1.
Oh, so instead of putting the depth on them, you just do 1, 2, 3, 4 down?
Yes, because we can't graph the days. All right, and get an XY line graph up. Oh, that wasn't a question. No, that's okay. Yeah, so an XY line graph. Anyone struggling? Other than with taking your jumper off. Can't help you with that one. Okay, here we go. Get a graph. Yep, beautiful. Yeah, good. It should look like a roller coaster. It's a good explanation. Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at your data.
Sure. Really?
You got your first Beautiful. Got a roller coaster. Maybe don't write that in your exam, but it looks like a roller coaster. Yep, and then put in the wires for them. Yep, and then we need them to have a line between them.
How many small chapters do you reckon six?
Oh, it's not very many.
Three means
A, B,
amazing.
C, D. Let me tell you, because I can actually sign into my work now. So I can actually answer my question. So random. Thanks for restricting my education. What do say? I know. Let's just put on. No, what's happening with zero next to
Yeah, it should be. Yeah. 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 Got a roller coaster. Yep. Did you guys get a roller coaster as we're calling it? Yep. Glad we all know what the roller coaster looks like. Alright, so if we look at the roller coaster, we can see that we've got a graph that sort of doesn't really have, it's got a lot of variation and we can't really see any trends, we can't see any cycles. We actually can't get much from that graph. We can't tell much about it. So what we can do is when we've got a graph that's really varied, we can use what's called a smoothing mean. And that will take out some of the variation from our data points and it will make it a little bit flatter. So there's two ways we can do this. We can use it, we can do an odd numbered smoothing mean, or we can do an even numbered smoothing mean. When we use an odd numbered smoothing mean, there's only one step we need to follow, which is much easier. And when we use even numbers, there is 2 steps we need to use. So we're going to start off using a 3 mean smoothing mean, which means an odd numbered one. Which means we're going to take 3 points at a time. So what we're going to do is, these are all our data points from here. I've just put them in for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our first 3 data points and we're going to find the mean of those 3 data points. So we need to add all these numbers together and then divide them by 3 because that's how we find the mean. So we have 18.1 plus 24.8 plus 26.4 equals whatever, divided by 3. Hey?
There's going to be the bottom one, like English Shut up! The last one, like there's only 6.
Yeah, that's alright.
I can't speak, I'm sorry. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
There's not going to be one down here? Yeah, there's not, and there's not one at the start either. No, there's not, because I've blacked it out.
Yeah, there's a starting. So you're not including those numbers.
So when we do a 3-point moving mean, this means that we're going to lose our first data point and our last data point. Because when we need 2 points either side of our middle point, and if we've got our first number and our last number, there's nothing before it, or like, there's nothing before this one and nothing after this one. So we can't use a 3 with only 2 data points, and the same with this one. Does that make sense? So we're not going to use those 2 ones. So we do it for the first one. What did we get as our answer? 23.1. Have a look at these numbers. Does that number make sense? Yeah, it does. Good. All right, then we go to the next one. So the next 3 points. So we've got 24.8 plus 26.4 plus 13.9. Oh, we'll have a realisation or something too
I
quick.
thought you were just going to go to the next 3.
Oh,
The next
okay,
one
I get
there's
you.
an uneven
Yeah,
number,
get
and then
you.
The whole we can't use the first 3 didn't make sense.
Right, got you. And what do we get?
Wow, you would.
Sorry, pressure. 21.7. And then we do the same with the next 3. So we've got 26.4 plus 13.9 plus 12.7. Divide that answer by 3. 23.67? 17, sorry.
Why are there black strips?
I've just blacked them out because we can't do any working out in those ones.
17.67.
Yep. And then we go to the next three. We getting the gist?
Yeah.
So we've got, wow, this is a funky whiteboard marker. 13.9 plus 12.7. I'm like struggling to write with it. Plus 14.2 divided by 3. Just checking it was a whiteboard marker.
Wait, why do you have to take out the top and bottom?
Because we don't have a point on this side of it, so we actually can't.
Oh, you can't do the 3.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
So the smooth point you're trying to work out should always be at the middle.
Yes, so that's the point we're looking for. So we're looking for the the mean of these three numbers, and then we put it in the middle. Then we look for the mean of these three, and we put it in the middle. Does that make sense?
So you're only going to get half of the numbers that are in the thing.
So you're going to end up with 2 less.
Okay.
You're not going to have the first one, and you're not going to have the last one. Because we don't have 3 numbers here. We've only got 2. So we started with the first 3 numbers, which is 18.1.
There's 3 numbers and that's the mean for just those.
For the second one. It's the mean for the second point.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
So it's always going to be the second point.
Yes. When we're doing a 3, yes.
Is that Charlotte? Is it pretty?
Alright, so what do we get for this one?
13.6. I could be wrong.
13.6. And the last one? 17. Thank you. Okay, so they are our smooth points. Now what we can do is on your calculator, if you wanted to graph this would go into list 3, but what problem are we going to come across? There's 2 less numbers, so we've got no value for here or a value for here. So 2 ways we can fix that. We can either take out that data point, or we can just put it in as 0 if we're going to do it on our calculator.
Is it both the same?
Yep. Except one will have either it won't show that data point, or it will just show that your graph will start here and here when you show only those 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aren't we losing 2 points because with the last 3 you can't do another
Yep.
number?
That's why that one's blanked out as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're not losing one.
You're losing the top one and the bottom one.
So we should just put
So
0.
I'm just saying.
What are you confused about? Which part?
Isn't it 2 that we're losing?
Yep, so we lose the first one because we're always putting our number in the middle. So we look at those 3
Yep.
and then we put it in that column.
Mm-hmm.
Then we look at those 3 and we put it in that column.
Okay.
Look at the next 3 and we put it in that one. Look at the next 3, put it in that one. Then we look at the next 3, put it in that one. If we look at the next 3, there's nothing there, so we can't put it in that middle one.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's okay. So if you're going to do this on your calculator, if you put the zeros in or you delete the first and last points just so you can see it on your calculator, that's fine. But when you go to draw it, you never ever put in zeros because that's actually saying it's a data point. It's just so that the only reason I've told you to put in zeros when you use it on your calculator is that so you can actually see it on your calculator without getting rid of too much data. But when you go to draw it, don't ever draw those 2 zeros. Does that make sense? Yep, cool. Because they're not actual data points, it's just so we can put it into our calculator.
So now if you put it in the calculator and then calculate this 1 and this 3.
Yes.
But then 3.
Yep, because our list 1 was our time, and we're always going to have time as our x.
Oh, I deleted them out of the other one.
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't do that.
Probably should have left it, that's okay. Yes.
So when you draw it, don't do the ones on the...
Yeah, just,
Okay.
yeah, leave those zeros out. Just start it from that.
Yep.
From 23.1
Yep.
is what you'll be drawing.
So x is 1
Yes.
and y is 3.
Yes. Make sense?
That was supposed to
Yep. Did you, the So leaves the last point. Yep. Cool. Oh, it just didn't show it. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. We can show it like that. Shows it like that. That's awesome. See if it shows it without that. Yeah. Did you put that in? No. Okay, so it must do it by default. So if you were to draw it,
Yeah, look, we can like that.
and then it comes back. Yeah. So if you were like, okay, I'm just doing it on my calculator, then I'm going to put a quick sketch.
Sure, it's good there,
Yeah. So just draw it straight from that one. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. So maybe make a note of that. It's just so you put on your calculator, so you can see quick sketch, but don't put that first line in.
Yeah, mine's broken as well.
Yep, cool. So if you went to draw that on your calculator, don't draw that first one or that last one.
On the whole line.
Yeah, just start at that point there and finish that point there. What happened to our graph when we changed the data points, when we put in our smooth data points? It's a bit, yeah, it's not as varied. So we can see that the variation has decreased. So it's not as much of a roller coaster. It might just be more of a slide. Yep, good. Straight lines. You must have a regression line in there somewhere in your calculations.
What's that green number?
The green one, 17.67. All right, can we go down to the next one? Yep. Oh yeah, take a photo.
The next one is easier lesson translation. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. All good, Bella?
Yeah, of course.
That's all right. Okay, so if we go down to the next one we're using a 5 mean smoothing, which means we're taking 5 points at a time. So to take 5 points at a time, we're going to lose the first 2 and the last 2. So we've got 5 points. So we'd have 18.1 plus 24.8 plus 26.4 plus 13.9 plus 12.7. And what would we divide them by?
5.
Yep. Get the answer, divide it by 5. So you'll have nothing in that one and nothing in that one. So you should only end up with 3 data points for this one.
So you use 5 now?
Yep. We're always dividing by 5 because that's how many data points we have.